I think we're good. Hey guys. Hey, how's it going? It's me. Hi. It's Tech. It's Tech. How you guys doing? We have got it. Just remembered. We've got a new Hollow Ataraxia ready to go for you guys. But before I continue, I would like to. I will now accept any and all thanks anybody wants to give me for causing not only fate. I'm blowing smoke up my own ass. I'd like to accept any and all thanks for causing not only Fate Stay Night, but also Fate Hollow Ataraxia to get officially remastered via these read-throughs. As the Fate Stay Night remaster got announced while I was dead in the middle of, I want to say, the UBW playthrough. It was actually probably the what is it? The Heaven's Feel playthrough by like time and volume. But the Hollow Ataraxia announcement, which was, I want to say, almost 2 weeks ago now, probably shorter than that, was in fact in the middle of all this, as evidenced by I'm still fucking doing it. So yeah, if anybody wants to thank me for bringing those into fruition, you can do it by buying the remasters. I did my part. Not only did I do the readings for those games and this one, I also bought the Stay Night remaster. Cause yeah, apparently the translation's a little but like, hey, at least be glad that it's accessible to somebody who doesn't want to download fucking weird shit on their computers to make one specific cutscene run. Because trust me, I only have there's specific software on both of my computers now that are only there so that I can run the fucking intro movie for Fate Stay Night. I'm pretty sure they don't do that in the remaster. But anyway, we got a new more Hollow Ataraxia. I suspect that the rest of this is going to be the rest of the athletics club camp. I don't really know what to call it. Field trip? I feel like that's pretty close. Oh shit! Hold on. Wait, give me 1 second, then we can start. All right. There's a specific cable that I use for my headphones, and I've been meaning to use the longer one because it gives you better range of motion while I'm doing these. Usually I don't need it when I'm sitting at my desk like I am for these, but I do need it for this because I need to get comfortable. Listen, sometimes it takes a lot of shuffling around in my seat to get comfortable when all I'm doing is reading for about 2 hours straight. So now that we're prepped for Max Comfy, why don't we get started? And continue to expose myself on how I only have 2 1/2 girl voices. Oh, hey. Okay, right. Yes. End the night into the day. Do you think we're going to do another one of those plays? Because if we're going to do another one of those plays, I have to know. The date turns to October 11th. The second day of the overnight camp keeps rolling on, confusing and hurried as ever. Actually, hold on. Maybe I do want to do this other thing. Oh, yep, there it is. Second half. Momotaro Kintaro, a hodgepodge of old tales turned into one single stage strange play. Written in 2 days flat. The rehearsal already feels like it's been going on for days. Tosaka's tyranny that knows no bounds, and Makidera's explosiveness after she secured the main role for herself. The two will remain in my memory forever. What the fuck? That one cave under Fuyuki where the evil grail is? The 5 Taos have gathered at the beach of Tango. Boing. Oh god. Now's the time to attack them, Boing. Boing this, boing that. Shut up already, Tanuki. Is he bouncing at boing? I wish you weren't so inconsiderate, Boing. Has that crane? This is revenge. Do you really want to repeat the same mistake? I got it. Humans are creatures that break promises. Alright, hold on. If they're gonna sing, I'm gonna have to do it. Where is it? Config. Right. Just turn it. Yep. Yep. All the way back up. Yep. Pyong. What does that even mean? Oh. Oh, I understand. Rabbit, rabbit, what do you see when you hop? I see the full moon on the night of the 15th. Yoing. Are you happy swaying like that? Is this reverse sexual harassment? No, it's not swaying, it's hopping, Byoing. Oh, Sakura. I was worried what would happen when we rounded up all the servants and asked them to take part in the play, but in the end, rehearsal went pretty smoothly. Fortunately, although my part consisted largely of staying behind the scenes, I was able to help out. Rejection magnet.
Momotaro. Yahari. Anata mo mata Onigashima kara kaette kuru beki de wa nakatta.
You once again were not meant to leave the Demon Island.
Momo kara umareta Momotaro.
Momotaro born from beach. You cannot return to the human world anymore.
Momotaro no sonogo wo daremo shiranai shi, shiritaku mo nai.
No one will know or want to know what has become of Momotaro. I'm a human. I'm a human. Being born from a peach is a sign of individuality. Admit it. Stop the discrimination. Says Momotaro. Oh shit. So they stopped singing, so I could theoretically turn the voices off, but we're here in the play, I might as well, right? Let it play out. If everyone could discover themselves so easily, then they would not suffer. To not know and want it is to live.
Momotaro,
Momotaro, you did not die on the Demon Island. I believe you were born there. This play. He wades through a thick aura of evil. And finally he sees one monster waiting for him on the throne. This does feel like that scene in Heaven's Feel. So you have come. Speaking in a listless voice, he gets up slowly. You are the narrator. I see. So you've been controlling everything and everyone from behind the scenes. Incorrect. Well, it is as you say, but
私は赤鬼。
I am the Red Devil,
この鬼ヶ島を滑る鬼の王。
the king of this demon island.
よく
This is
来
silly.
たな。待ちかねたぞ、桃太郎。
You have come at last. I have become tired of waiting, Momotaro.
赤鬼
The Red Devil.
と油断したところガンダ落ち。
And while you're not looking, Gonder!
ガン
This is good. This is good. I'm having a blast. Whoa. Fuck. What was his voice? Shit, what was his voice? Stop. The monkey jumps out in front of the writhing, screaming Momotaro. He's the monkey? The devil's shot scatters as it hits the monkey's shield. It was the divine power of the millet dumplings we're infused with that protected him from the Red Devil's power. They're having a lot of fun with this.
弱い。
Weak.
私はこんなものを恐れていたのか。
Was I really afraid of such a weakling? The monster, a little irritated, gets down from the throne and walks towards Momotaro.
金太郎
Kintaro.
分かってます。
Understood. Wow. Just fucking South Parking them around. Kintaro rushes straight at the Red Devil. Yet the monster wards off the attack with the ease of a swatting a fly.
街道丸金太郎か。
Faidomaru. Kintaro, is it?
お前の刀など脅威ではないが、しかし掴まれてはことだ。
Your sword poses no threat, but getting caught like this is no good.
この鬼ヶ島の気脈に支えられている限り、私の力が尽きることはない。ガンドは遊びだ。
For as long as the demonic pulse beats in this island's heart, my power shall not be exhausted. The Gondor was just the starters.
さあ、鬼退治を始めたまえ、太郎たち。
That was weird. Now, let us begin the monster examination, Utaros.
暴虐の限りを尽くし、決しようではないか。
Will you not settle this with brutality that knows no bounds?
一体どちらが鬼に近い存在なのか。
Indeed, who shall come at the monster in the end? This is really fun. At long last, the curtain drops on the short play. Even with the hurried preparations, reactions from judges, Uzuki-sensei, Fujini, and Reiken-san were favorable, and the cultural festival practice ended without incident. And so, as if fatigue were unknown to us, we move on to the final stage of the training camp. And I turned the voices back off, unfortunately. Where is it? Config. Yep. Yeah. Okay. The twilight just before the sunset. I'm gonna save it. There. Different colored soft drinks get passed around. The iron plate donated by Fujini is turned into an okonomiyaki grill. Wait, that's Tosaka down there too. That's funny. And with everyone in the archery and track and field clubs on a much better terms with each other than before, the atmosphere is congenial. Even those who are normally seen somewhat hostile, in the archer, writer, and caster, well, they're still tense and talking strictly about the overnight practices. Oh, I thought there was going to be a butt there. Okay. However, oh, there it is. The wind down party becomes a scene when Makidera and the shopkeeper Nissan, who hasn't been referred to as Lancer even once, started shooting targets, and Lit Rider came upon a sizable Ryudo Temple alcohol stash. That's how the student council president finally stood up. This is it for you. This is it for you all. This is a sacred temple, you drunk troublemakers. His rage reached its peak. Please tell the young lady it's okay to be a kid from time to time. From time to time? Don't you mean all the time? Why, you stubborn guy. It's sad to be a man who doesn't know when to let go. Better than one who knows no limits. Then we will head off as well. Have a good night, everybody. I regret leaving Sakura and Ayako behind, but I am not so unrefined a person to disturb classmates' bonding time. One by one, the participants go their own ways. As I look over their disappearing backs, I realize that the party's over. Soon the sun will set. The only thing left is our little after-festival event, the conclusion of this overnight stay. Really? That felt fast. Depending on how this goes, we may do another, partial loop. And so the ghost... there it is. We all get back to the first part where we're telling ghost stories in Gerudo Temple. And so the ghost storytelling night at the camp begins. Looking over the gathering, Issei puts on a solemn expression. Well, if you insist, I shall provide this much. And with that, he brings in some candles, just the thing to set the atmosphere. Thus, with everyone already shivering as the main round of storytelling begins, each person brings out their most treasured ghost story material. The legend of multiplying corpses at Rito Mountain passed on to those at the temple. A young man that goes missing at a certain apartment. A string that reaches up to the moon from Shinto. A woman's ghost haunting a Western-style mansion. And just as the gossip starts to get interesting... sorry, bathroom break. I'm gonna assume that's me. Yeah, I stand up from my seat with no real intention of going there. I guess I just wanted to take in the night air. At Akon. It's chilly out. The night air in the mountains is colder and crisper than that of the city. Once exposed to the cool air, my unclear head and ambiguous thoughts become more defined, waking me up. Phew. Looking up at the night sky, I let out a heavy sigh. As bustling as the days are, they're undeniably peaceful. There's no need for these days to change. The factors linking them together are almost all there. Linking a similar tomorrow with yesterday and enjoying the slight changes is the proper way of life for a person. Okay. That's wrong. My thoughts stop. Nope. There's something else. I had another reason for coming here. Found you. I finally arrive at the entrance. As if trying to lure me out, a shadow is running towards the back hills. Oh shit. I guess it's important to run after her. I run after her. I pursue that figure. I pursue it because this time I must meet it. Nope. That's right. Lest that night, yet unknown to me, happen once again. I enter the temple grounds. The figure is moving to the rear woods as if to escape from me, or maybe to lure me. It's alright. I can catch it. There's less than an hour to go until the day changes. If I can catch it before then, the abnormality behind these 4 days will finally be made clear. My field of vision expands. Past the tunnel of trees looms a familiar hilltop. The moon tonight is annoyingly beautiful. As if frozen by its shine, the silver-haired girl is waiting for me to arrive. You are... Lightning runs through my brain. My synapses are running wild with deja vu. I know her. Was it once or was it many times? Or in an incalculable number of nights, Emiya Shirou has died in front of this girl. I take a step forward. Despite all I've been through until now, I feel no hostility or wariness towards her. Completely unarmed, I slowly shorten the distance between us. Karen. One final step away, I hear a voice. What? Karen Hortensia. That is my name. A cool indifference, like that of a machine. As if just doing her job, businesslike and curt. And yet this girl's voice. Karen Hortensia. Rings through my chest like fine music, caring and sympathetic. My name is... I already know it. Emiya Shirou. As Saber's master, you were the winner of the Holy Grail War. I performed an investigation on you before I came here. You... investigated me? My mind fires up once again. My sense of vigilance has gone dull. My sense of vigilance that had gone dull instantly forces me to keep my distance from the girl. What's going on? This is my first time meeting you. So why have you been investigating me? It is precisely because this is our first meeting that I investigated you in advance. Emiya Shirou, you do not truly understand your own nature. From your tone, it sounds as though you claim to be a harmless human. She keeps a casual watch over me. Somehow I feel intimidated. She's nonchalantly rude to me, yet I still feel like agreeing and apologizing. No, I'm not harmless, but I don't really think I'm harmful either. You are conscious of yourself. That is good. Had you insisted you were harmless, I would have had to sentence you to hard labor. My impression of you has slightly improved, Emiya Shirou. Thanks, I guess? Completely indifferent all the way through, the girl only states the truth. With a strange power, somehow she makes me feel like I'm being scolded. Wait, you're throwing everything out of whack. Hold on. Harmless or harmful, let's leave that for later. There's something more important right now. There's something I have to ask. Karen's identity. The various oddities hidden in the city. The truth behind this reproduced Holy Grail War of only 4 days. Exactly who are you? Why are you investigating me? No, forget about me. What about the city? Why on earth would you lead that pack of monsters here? Are you saying that I brought the monsters with me? What? I'm not gonna fall for it even if you tried to trick me. I definitely saw... No, it wasn't really me, but I saw you cover the whole town with those monsters many times. Stop playing dumb. It may fool others, but it won't fool me. Pazienza. Quiet sound. Lord, forgive this person's thoughtlessness and rash remarks. While you're at it, quiet this anger of mine that is hard to extinguish. Huh? Pardon me. I took up more of your time than needed. I had not anticipated that the winner of the Holy Grail War would be such an unperceptive human, so I could not help myself. I will answer your question. I am the person sent in order to investigate and to supervise you all. That is you, the mages that participated in the Holy Grail War. My main purpose is to study the surge of activity exhibited by the Holy Grail that once again appeared in this town. Investigate. Supervise? Come to think of it, wasn't there someone else who kept saying the same things? Yeah, he's dead now. No, more importantly, if she's here to study the surge of activity. So you are not an enemy. If you do not think so, there's no need to treat me as an enemy. While I do pose harm, I am harmless to those who do not perceive me as harmful. The girl's not lying. No, in this in a sense, courteous girl may mislead, but would not speak an outright lie. I have no proof, but I can guarantee that much. No, but... the girl definitely brought those monsters along with her. The fourth night. The moment the moon approached the summit, just like it is now. Now is the promised time. Ah, shit. The air changes. The tremors are reshaping the world. The sky is black. In an instant, that familiar hill becomes piled up mountain of corpses. A hell on earth. My eyes are fixed on Karen. Just like back then, the girl is shedding blood and suffering. There's a horde of them. Those eerie monsters were being born here. Piled up corpses are, one by one, awakening and surrounding us. Howling becomes a chorus. The almost inaudible low sounds are destroying my sanity. It's an awful sensation, like a centipede entering through my ear and rummaging around inside, tearing off my nerves. Karen, right, what are these guys? You're their owner, aren't you? Can't you tell them to stay away? You are wrong, Emir Shirou. I have nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. Really. It's true. I can swear to the Lord if you'd like. Having seemingly recovered from the mysterious bleeding, she catches her breath and stands back to back with me. What? Wait. What the heck? If you're injured, just take it easy, I'm telling you. Right now, I shall prioritize your safety over my wounds. I am unrelated to them. No, they don't have any interest in me. The only one that I see... No, the only person they will voluntarily harm is you. Andrew, to know this world out quickly. The monsters close in. The immense hatred is directed at no one but me. Only me? The claws covered in entrails are clearly stating the desire to tear me up. I know. If I'm torn to pieces by those this time, once again I will. That's right, you too. The same as those monsters. No. Those monsters were born from her body. You already saw it, didn't you? However, you can be at ease. I shall not be affected while staying here. No, these children will not make me change. The only ones that can alter me are the phenomena known as demons. She says indifferently. I hear the sound of rustling clothes. Behind me, Karen's red holy cloth of Magdalene whirls in the air. Shut up already. Those grudges you can't get out of your stupid heads are drowning out the beautiful rustling. Obstacles everywhere. I want to stay calm. I want to talk to this girl. No, what's even more important right now, I want to hate those shadows more. Huh? They won't affect you? Correct. All the monsters here are dead. You and I can speak normally. All these monsters are dead? But these guys are still moving. They are different. They weren't alive to begin with. Look closely and you will see. There is nothing but forgotten remains. The power they possess as individuals is insignificant. Remains. Certainly do look a scrap of abandoned machinery. I wonder if someone threw them away here. I won't go so far as to say it's infinite, but this pile is enormously tall. There are probably over 100 million corpses. A chain of death that you'd give up counting the links on. Forgive, but I don't care. These bastards have been invading my eardrums as they please for a while now. Here they come. Oh, here they come. I shall protect your back. Just survive somehow until the day changes. There's an avalanche. The mountain of corpses is crumbling. A swarm of monsters, countless as the stars, coming to kill me and only me. Huh. Somehow, huh? Sure is easy to say that. There's no time to hesitate. A switch clicks in my brain. My peaceful self withdraws and is replaced with one that knows nothing but defeating the enemy. Lose it, and you lose it. The change in my thought process went astonishingly smooth. It was so simple. A manifestation of pure sadism kicks my solid reasoning to the curb. Trace. I don't hesitate. Frankly, faced with the sea of garbage, I've already lost my sanity and... on. There are models for the weapons I'll project scattered among the trash before me. Die, die, die. A cloud of dust rises up. The swarm of claws is rushing towards us. Beastly daggers clawing out of every crack in every direction. Die, die, die. Sparks dance in the muddy moonlight. Die, die, die. Narrowly avoiding the claws coming to gouge both of my eyes out, I nearly end up kissing one corpse in the face as I dispatch him with a dagger. Debris from the clumbering wreckage looms over me. For each one of their brethren that goes down, there's another swarm coming to skewer me. Die, 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 die! I retaliate ferociously. 3 strikes in 1 second. Projecting 12 of the weapons at once, I shoot them all off towards the monsters. Die, 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 die! My breathing speeds up. It's a limitless barrage of madness, an endless stream of lethal weapons. The back hills are being carpet-bombed with malice. With the enemies rushing at me, both my mind and body are reaching their limit. But this limit is endless. For this night only, the limits of ability and the limits of physical strength are no longer connected. My strength is left behind, and my ability shoots up to no end in sight. The muscles needed to wield a dagger are long since overstretched and destroyed. Yet my head is crystal clear. The weapons I'm projecting must be highly compatible with my own self, for not only am I not running out of magical energy, the speed at which they appear is not going down either. If this keeps up, 30 minutes is nothing. I could fight to the death. The girl behind me is warding off the beasts just as well. Like a snake moving of its own volition, the red cloth warns, rebukes, and forces the monsters to retreat. You. It's gentle to the point of making me envious. A defense that accepts the beasts while it rejects them. Sadism and masochism. Affirmation and denial. That girl is making something incompatible with become compatible. I'll pass, thanks. If I get wrapped up in that, I'll just melt from all that warmth. A woman defending my back with all her might. Thanks to her, I'm still alive. Thanks to her, the swarm of corpses around me is getting ever so small. You're in the way. There's no real reason for it. This woman has become irresistibly to me. Now kill. A grand chorus repeats again and again. A grand prayer cuts down again and again. Everything's perfect. Even faced with over 100 million alone, I will not lose. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, you bastards. It's the first time I felt this good. It feels like it's roasting in a fire. There's no end to the expansion of this tiny. all my consciousness more and more, make endlessly more, make infinitely more. I'm so close to the climax. Don't you dare stop me now. The mountain of corpses is fading. The impure air is clearing, and the muddy moon is regaining its innocence. The dagger in my hand vanishes, unable to contain magical energy any longer. They're gone? The day just changed without me noticing. Scorching excitement was burning down my sense of reason only moments ago is already cooling off. I fall to the ground on my knees. I'm exhausted. I can't move a single step. Reason, magic, strength. Having abused all three, the outcome is hardly surprising. Disgusting. Standing in front of me, Karen has not changed one bit. What did she look it down on me for? Too tired to work it out. But you have passed. At long last, the two of us were able to meet. I hear a voice from afar. Is it Tosaka? I guess she must have felt the disturbance and come running from the temple. Not interested in meeting Tosaka, apparently Karen is about to disappear from the forest. Wait, you haven't told... No, this is it for our meeting. The present you can go no further than this. However, yet another gap is now filled. We can meet at any time now, if you so desire. The sound of footsteps is getting closer. Tosaka's running along the forest road. Sweet dreams. Once you wake up, please come to my house alone. Her silver hair is slipping away into the darkness of the trees. The girl that introduced herself as Karen will never appear before me again. If I'm to meet her again, it'll only be once this incident is resolved. It'll be our first meeting and our first exchanging of names. Tosaka's coming. So, it's alright if I just fall asleep like this, isn't it? I'm so tired, I just want to sleep. Out of all the many others running alongside me. Looking back, if Shirou has done anything of significance at all, it will be on this night. I close my eyes to fall asleep. I got past the night of the fourth day. When I wake up, everything should be back to normal. Only you're safe to get. The faint imprint of the cursed voices remains on my eardrums. But even then, I'll be forgotten by the time I wake up. Morning light. The church gates have been opened in the morning. Careful in order not to disturb the void. Oh shit, okay. What is that, only like 30 minutes? Alright. Before I go back in, I do want to see... Did we get anything? I've become to unrealistically like really like this. Okay, nothing new. Okay, I can go back away from the Tosaka Shrine. So let's start a new. Now start Hollow Ataraxia. What the fuck? Oh, did it crash? I hope to God it did not crash. Please, please. Oh. Forest. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Thus said the druid. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's Lancer's story. Today the youth who holds the lance in his hands shall have all the glory and praise he desires. Shit, wait, hold on. Turn that tab back up. About there should be fine. Until the day comes when this land and this era itself disappear into the ocean, not a single human, not a single bird nor flower will ever forget him. His name shall be known in 5 lands. There will not be a single woman who does not love him, and there will not be a single man who is not proud of him. His swift lance shall be the honor of the Red Branch. Let the castle thieves shake at the sound of the chariot horse neigh. Our dearest son of light. His hands will grasp at nothing but glory. When the time comes for his life to end, his knees will not fall to the ground. But know this, child of the hazel tree. Like the flicker of a star, that glory shall soon burn itself out. Together with your feats of arms that know no rival, faster than anyone you will sink into the oblivion beyond the horizon. Yeah. Spring, 6 years ago. I became acquainted with a strange man. 2 years had passed since I'd been recruited into the Mages Association. Ignored and never asked to do anything, I was given a place to be in form only. Like a useless antique. Ancient and well-known, handled with great care, yet no one intends to use it. Tucked away deep within the storehouse, I spent my days only to be sooner or later forgotten. Of course, there was no meaning in that existence. I had left my hometown out of fear of simply rotting away. Though young and ignorant, I left because of a vague desire to do what I could. I had no value outside of being an antique. To gain some value was simple. I just had to show them how useful I was, what I could do. The things I could do. I took up the one role that many mages hated, the bloody cleanup assignment. Practical magic that works in a real fight. That was the subject I took pride in. Now and in the past, I had a talent unsurpassed by those around me. And so, after handling countless fights, the association had finally recognized my value and granted me a position. The ruling elite, lords of the association, as if to rid themselves of a nuisance, had proclaimed thus: the inexperienced newcomer, Bazette Fraga McRemitz, has a special exception, shall be appointed as a sealing designation enforcer. Sealing designation. It is both a title given to mages with a special talent and an edict sent down by the association. Some magic cannot be learned by study. The owners of magic that only exists in their blood or genetic makeup and cannot be passed down are treated as treasures by the association, which makes an all-out order to shelter them. Hospitable as it sounds, the order amounts to imprisonment. Amounts to worse than that. The mages that receive the sealing designation are treated as precious samples to be passed on for generations to come. The association captures them and ensures their talent is preserved in its current state. Simply put, they aren't too different from specimens immersed in formaldehyde. What looks like a well-intentioned order in the association's eyes is equivalent to a death sentence for those receiving it. Most mages reject the edict and flee. The death sentence itself isn't the reason, however. The people receiving the sealing designation are all outstanding mages with the most basic sense. They prioritize their pursuit of magic above all else. Their own mortality holds no meaning for them. For one who's devoting day after day to their research, a sealing designation is unthinkable. Once pickled in formaldehyde, their study of magic will end there and then. For that reason alone, they leave the association and go on their own. There's no need to ask what for. To slip back into society and to bury themselves into their research, deeply, fully, and to their heart's content. Those that have received the sealing designation and go on the run generally belong to one of two groups. Or first become hermits, cutting off all contact, hiding their magic and only teaching it to blood relatives. Those are the fallen mages. While they have to be found and sheltered before their abilities are lost completely, the danger they pose is near zero. Unless their talents are just too great, the association will not pursue them either. The second category are the shut-ins that retreat to their own lair. Mages wholly devoted to mastering their craft. These are unsurpassed mages aiming for ever greater heights. It would take but a few years to take their abilities to another level, surely bringing the association great rewards for their efforts. However, none of the ordinary mortals in justice exists for them. Having shed their restraints, their first and foremost goal is the discovery of the unknown. Sacrifice of unrelated bystanders is but one way towards it. It is a problem. But, however much of a problem may be, as long as they manage it well, even the association overlooks it. They are left alone until achievements are made. Pursuit of magic is the Mages Association's own principle, after all. But should they prove to be unsuccessful, should they violate the association's greatest postulate, secrets must be concealed, the response will be swift. And preventing occult knowledge from being disseminated isn't the only reason. When it comes to protecting such valuable assets, they'll be content with preserving just the bodies alone. Should news of the matter spread, a power will appear to bring punishment to the wizard in the name of justice. At present, the greatest enemies are the Inquisitors of the Holy Church. They act to incinerate not only the mages themselves, but the knowledge they have built up along with them. While their desire to stop the violence is the same, their final objective is the direct opposite. Despite a non-aggression pact between the Mages Association and the Holy Church, scuffles minor enough to be left off-record continue. No, rather, it is on the... It is on the assumption that they will be left alone though the killings continue even now. As a result, my job became not only to deal with the mad wizards, but also to fight the Executors. 1 year had passed since it became my daily life. While on a mission to enforce the sealing designation, I became acquainted with one such man. An executor of the Holy Church. A priest, convicting all kinds of sinners in God's name.
How about we join forces, young lady? Seeing as the two of us are the last ones standing, there's nothing to be gained by killing each other.
And as naturally as that, the priest requested cooperation. He'd lost all the comrades he brought along, and my team was nearly annihilated as well. The two of us were the only survivors left. We were standing in the garden of a mage that was using corpses in an attempt to revive the soul. Normally, no matter how desperate the predicament may be, cooperation between the Executors and the Mages Association is unthinkable, short of an edict from the Pope himself. The Executors are followers of the purest form of faith. They preserve their own belief they would never associate with heretics like us. This one priest, however, was unique. Perhaps he was sympathetic towards mages in general. Not a hint of disdain on his face, he approached the likes of me on his own with a warm smile. I have no objections towards working together. However, we are not allies. Eventually, this incident will end in a skirmish. You are not someone I can trust my back to. I had an obligation to recover the mage himself, named in the sealing designation order. And the priest had no choice but to end the mage's life. Our cooperation would come to an end, and the priest would become my enemy.
You have no need. My job is to kill that man, that is all. I shall leave everything that happens afterwards to you. The handling of his remains does not concern me in the slightest.
Those were his words. He would leave the flesh to me. As long as he was the one to dispose of the soul, that was enough for him. Very well. I shall take you on your word. Just how much weight was placed behind those words? I had believed the priest with an ease that surprised even my own self. The man was dangerous. My own experience was telling me of the less than saintly venom he possessed, yet I still took his hand despite myself.
Thinking back, indeed this priest was no saint. But among all the people I'd met up until that point, he was the only one possessing a power I could respect. I am Bazette, a magus dispatched by the Mages Association, and you are? We proceeded to exchange names in order to secure this temporary trust. 2 days had passed. The mage that amused himself playing with the corpses, now dealt with, we had returned to our respective employers. To be honest, I did have a feeling we'd meet again. I was chasing after mages that received the sealing designation. The priest, as an executor, was hunting down heretics. With his magic-related knowledge, he was likely deployed on a mage hunting mission rather than the dead apostle or demon possession ones. The two of us were a great match as competitors. The first time was just a coincidence. The second and third, on the other hand, were probably both unconsciously desired and inevitable. Hold on. The times that we had met, without fail, were also the times we were both alone. Although I had decided to act independently from then on to begin with, so he was the only one to lose his comrades. We'd fought side by side 3 times, trusting each other. Neither of us reporting it back. All of those remained secret. I had judged him worthy of my trust and took his hand. The trivial secret had just a little charm to it. And then the boy went on to welcome himself into adulthood.
No. And then the boy went on to welcome himself into adulthood. A lone druid had foretold the future of the one that became a warrior on that day. Okay, hold on. Just for my own curiosity, I do want to know. Because this kind of matters to me. And I don't think we're going to get like a picture of who's talking. Config.
為替に移った未来は不吉なもので、今日戦士になる者は最大の栄光を得る代わりに誰よりも早く命をなくすというものだった。
Thought so. Okay. Could you imagine if it was the dude? Who I strongly suspect is this one person, but I don't want to say anything just yet.
The future reflected in the shallow waters was an ominous one. And in exchange for the greatest glory ever known, he who became a warrior on that day would meet a death just as untimely. The boys that gathered around were too scared to move, and yet there was one completely indifferent to the divination. With no hesitation, he rushed straight to the king and demanded to be recognized as a warrior right then and there.
Not exactly accurate. Well, and the telling that I heard. Who's to say what it really is?
The king tried hard to stop him, but the boy would hear nothing, until finally he was accepted as a warrior. The rest of the story follows the legend right along. I'm sure you heard the tale of the Hound of Ulster. It was the night of our 3rd joint battle. Unable to bear the silence of the night, I talked of something entirely unrelated to my job. Somehow I ended up reciting an old tale of my hometown.
No, I'm not at all familiar with that tale. The name alone rings a bell, but that's it. Now, I do not mind having it for pillow talk, but I do see that the real issue lies elsewhere. Indeed, it is likely that you yourself were vexed by the boy's actions. As you were growing up and even now, you always dreaded this decision, did you not?
The priest looked at me with a melancholic smile. There was nothing I could hide from this man. Mercilessly, he saw right through my heart. By all rights, I ought to have feared the priest, and yet, having my feelings laid open by him, it just put me at ease instead. I would not say I dreaded it, but I still could not understand what the boy was thinking. The ones who were to take arms that day were promised the greatest honor, but they were also fated to lose their lives sooner than anyone. And yet this one youth, neither frightened nor perplexed,
goes to proclaim to the king, "I want to be a warrior right now." Even when the king asked him why, he would not answer, only insisting that he wanted to be a warrior. While it's certainly a way to hasten one's entry into adulthood, this boy had not a trace of hope or anxiety about the divination. Completely indifferent to the prediction, he was satisfied with nothing but the joy of being a warrior, the reasons for his wish long since forgotten. Honestly, I can't comprehend what was going through his head. Did he think eternal glory was good enough compensation in face of that dreadful fate? Or was he so captivated by the promise of glory that he paid no heed to being fated to die young? Or perhaps...
Which one weighed the most on him? Glory or untimely death? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Well then, from what you have told, it would appear to be neither.
Neither one? Even though he made his decision after hearing the prophecy?
I do not believe any decisions were made. He rushed right away after hearing the divination, never having questioned it. Did he not? In that case, the boy knew about the prophecy all along. He must have known he would live that way from the start. I'm sure it is because he had that belief since the day he was born that he followed the druid's prophecy.
He believed it since the day he was born. The boy had accepted it as his own duty, never dreading or doubting the druid's words. That's right. That was the part that I had feared. That made me grieve. It was not a noble act of choosing glory while knowing the death it would bring. It was the hero that would not even attempt to change such an unnatural fate that I feared. You have me beat. I've reread the legend many times, yet such a thought never occurred to me. There must be some similarity between the boy from the tale and yourself.
How rude. I am not that thoughtless.
Huh? I couldn't believe my eyes. The priest muttered with a frown as if it had hurt his feelings. I believe that was the first time I'd seen him display human emotion. What, do you have a different opinion?
How? What? Do you have a different opinion?
No, the choice of words was poor on my part. What I meant was that the way of life itself, just as that the boy had a belief he was guided by, you are a person that possesses a belief in life.
Oh, and what kind of a belief would that be?
The kind that makes you not need anyone. You are resolved to live until the very end by your own self. In truth, you do not need my assistance at all. I'm sure you just consider it to be more efficient that way. Once again, a melancholic smile appeared on the priest's face. The affirmation brought a tinge of pain to me, however little. It was only our third mission. Barely 10 days had passed, yet I had already felt painfully aware of the kind of person he was. This man would absolutely not associate with a human being. He needed no one, he hated no one. As strong as a human could possibly be, he was an alien. That's one common sense would be telling you to stay away from. But also precisely why he had no hidden face. Evil described him perfectly in one word. Even now I still don't know how I got charmed by such a dangerous man. That's what I thought, however. Should I, by some chance, make this man who needs no one somehow attached to me, it would bring me a peace of mind far superior to anything material.
What is it? Lost in thought? Honestly, you have a lot of worries for one woman. If you have nothing else to say, go to sleep. We'll trade places in an hour and a half.
Thus said the priest, throwing more wood on the fire. All of a sudden, Sadly, I am but an average person. I cannot live with the confidence that you, with the confidence like the one you have, and full of pointless doubts. Sometimes just being alive seems painful to me. I let slip an older, much deeper truth within me. Another piece of wood went set into the fire. He had made a mistake. I was sure he's disappointed now. My ability to handle a machine-like role was only the reason he ever called out to me. Someone like me, who whined about my troubles to a total stranger, was totally unnecessary to him. Heavy silence falls between us. I was too afraid to look at him. And then, as if nothing at all had happened.
Life itself is not painful. You are simply finding it difficult to breathe.
This was told to me in a motionless yet sincere voice. Huh?
Overcoming that difficulty is not easy. For if you do not understand yourself, there is no other way but to learn of the world and measure yourself against it. Bazette Fragra McFreaking. If you feel you are unnecessary to this world, to forgive yourself, you must first explore many more worlds. Cross the oceans, fly the sky. Throw away your tiny self, your tiny country, and go around the globe with a single suitcase.
This is what he was saying. Like the age of discovery. Like a seaman that believes in yet unknown paradise waiting beyond the sea. Have you taken a journey yourself? My reply came naturally. Because I had a belief, as he would say. I believed that there must be a time when, just the same as me, he found it hard to breathe.
No. My journey is still in progress. I was quite desperate in my early years, and then a major incident happened. That was a few years prior. Since then, I lost the need to forgive myself.
A major incident? It did not seem to be related to hunting mages. This priest had experienced a great war that was unknown to me. So what was it that you wanted to forgive?
The evil nature I was born with. I am very much incapable of loving anything. Ordinary morals are entirely absent within me. I was unable to cope with that apparent mistake.
The priest wasn't speaking about the past. This man remained unable to love even to that day. Was it alright to leave that unresolved?
Yes. Even lacking ordinary affection, I could still appreciate beauty. My standards may differ from yours, but there's no denying the fact that something known as affection still exists within me. Complete absurdity, if I say so myself. My young self failed to notice even that.
There was no hesitation in the priest's voice. He may have lamented the past, but he considered it done and over with. Then you have no doubts left now?
That is right. It is not forgiveness that I seek, but rather the reason for existence of a human like myself. As long as I still have a life to call my own, I intend to use all the time I have left to find the answer.
Knowing that there's likely no person on earth who can give it to you?
Indeed. A being capable of answering that has yet to be born. I do wish the opportunity would present itself, however.
I wonder if he's talking about, like, Angra.
His expression was warm and gentle. The priest was gazing at the bright flames like a father admiring his own child. Sure, I'm surprised. To think that you even still had something to worry about. I may have a little more confidence in myself now. Touched by the warmth of his smile, I couldn't help but smile at myself.
Splendid. As your senior, I am happy to have been of help.
He closed his eyes with satisfaction. That was it for the pointless talk. Returning to our respective roles, we prepared for tomorrow's battle.
Well, I shall go ahead and catch some sleep. Please wake me up when the time comes.
Understood. Being enemy territory, it's best not to dream too much. I closed my eyes.
Oh, wait. Reverse that. Whatever.
Perhaps due to fatigue, my sleep was unexpectedly deep. I dreamed of my hometown. A dream of getting aboard a ship in a grayed out abandoned port and leaving for a foreign land. That was my last conversation with the priest. From then on, we stopped running into each other. There will be another chance. We match each other well as competitors. For as long as he remains alive and I continue my sealing designation jobs, one day, surely our conversations will continue.
Interesting.
I'll remind you. So the previous one was forest, and this one's I'll remind you.
Okay.
What is it, the big bridge?
Interesting. And we can talk to Karen Hoyer. Okay. I'm tempted to call this one like a shorty because it's the start of a new loop. We just saw like a bunch of really in-depth, cool main story shit for like the first time in I think actually months. Like there was a big old break in between, but still. Yeah, you know what? We'll call this one a main story, and then yeah, okay. That's it for this for now, I guess, guys. It was a good place to stop. I'd be mad at myself as well, but I'm the one playing.
Anything here? Particles.
Okay. All right. That's enough of that nonsense. All right. We've now raised another major flag in Hollow Atraxia. God. I think the coolest thing that... So obviously they didn't do it with... obviously they're not going to do it because they didn't do it with Stay Night release. I forgot what it was called. But I think it would actually be really cool and interesting to English voice act this whole thing, like how there's full Japanese voice acting. However, that said, we are in current time going through a major voice actor strike that does not seem to be going anywhere. I keep reading things about it that's like, yeah, there's negotiations going on, but like also that we're not getting... It's really hard to try and succinctly describe, but it sounds like nobody's actually listening to like a lot of the voice actors, especially whoever they sent, especially the people at SAG who are sent to represent them. It seems like nobody's actually listening to them, and they're not getting a whole lot of work as a result, which is just, it sucks. Yeah. And there's a lot of kerfuffle about stuff going on, and a lot of noise being made in a lot of different areas. But I am not. It does not affect me directly currently, so I really don't have much of a say in it. Um, obviously, I am on the side of, you know, the voice actors because they need work as well. But from the sounds of it, like a lot of the time, okay. If we're really getting into this, a lot of the times it sounds like what's happening is representatives will go and sit at a table with, I don't know. I don't even know who they're negotiating with. SAG? No, I don't know. But they go and sit down at the table with fucking whoever, and they'll be like, "Hey, we want full protection for our members of our union against having AI. I guess having AI made of their voices to replace them." And I guess whoever they're negotiating with is like, "Yeah, man, sure, whatever." And then SAG is like, "Oh, okay, well, how about this other thing? Can we get that?" And they're like, Sure." But even as what sound like victories start piling up, like I keep hearing that, like, the more, not keep hearing, but I heard recently that, like, the more projects that become union projects, the less they're getting paid for some reason, which really should feel like the opposite, but I don't know, man. This whole thing is very complicated, and I to the detriment of everything that I've just attempted to relay to you all, I don't actually. I try and keep myself in like the dark about stuff like this as possible, just because like it's not really my place to say, and I don't really have. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't know, man. Even though I do all this and like, I don't know, if somebody offers to like let me voice act at a project, cool. I currently have like a thing in the works that if my editor will get back to me about, I can show everybody. But like at the current time and current date, I don't have really much of a stake in this. Whatever. I just think that things that I like should be voiced in English. Makes it more accessible, let's say. But whatever. Things are the way they are. But yeah, all that rambling aside, hope you guys had a good time with this kind of shorty. I think it was like an hour total, not counting any like weird rambling I did before the start of the stream. What was it, like the second day, and then like the hill, and then the forest, and now we're in the chapter Angraminyu. Oh, and then there was that too. The second opening. I wonder if you could see that again. Actually, hold on. Yeah, movie. Yeah, this is the second one. We can play that, but maybe not right now. That's fine. Whatever. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me for tonight. Whatever, guys. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your night. I hope YouTube doesn't flag any of the music. So I was looking at my Twitch VODs earlier, and by earlier I mean like 2 hours ago, so that I can get ready for this stream here. And a thing that I've been doing recently is that in my setup, I've been doing I've been playing Peter and the Wolf. It's like a nice classical song that is kind of apparently public domain, maybe not. I don't know. And the reason I'm suddenly unsure about it is I was looking at my Twitch VOD, and it was silenced for the entire part of the Twitch VOD of where like I was still setting up and stuff. So like, that's funny. So like, clearly somebody had some sort of issue with me playing Peter and the Wolf, which is a little bit of a downer, but like it's not like I was talking over that or anything. But now I'm worried. Hopefully the same doesn't happen to my YouTube VODs. They haven't happened yet. If they do happen, they probably won't happen to Hollow Ataraxia, since it's like a weird and different situation with that. We'll try and not worry about that. Anyway, that's current channel stuff that you guys don't need to worry about. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your week. Ooh. Don't hold me to this in like a week or two's time. No, I won't be able. I won't be able to be. I have run into a dearth of free time recently. Not yet. It'll actually start next week. But I was like, oh, maybe I should use this time to try and see if I can get a stream done every day. But like, kind of smack in the middle of all that, I am going to be away from my whole setup and not really able to do anything with that setup. So that will not be possible. It will not be possible to stream that entire time. But hopefully I can get some stuff done on that for real, like I need to. But anyway, hope you guys take care of yourselves. Don't get caught in time loops, and if you do, see if you can pull me in. Maybe not. I don't know. Watch Palm Springs. Actually, that's a good movie. Watch Palm Springs. It was made during COVID, and very COVID compliant, I think. Anyway. Enjoy yourselves. Watch a movie. Everything's good for you. Take care. Bye.